Come on, Emma, keep it together.
Good evening. It is welcome to the Cottonwood Heights City Architectural Review Commission meeting for August 27th, 2026. Call the meeting to order. Let's see. Welcome all who are attending. First off, are there any ex parte communications or conflicts of interest that anyone on the board or the commission needs to disclose? Seeing none, we will move on to item number 2, business items. 2.1, project SPL-26-002, review and consideration of request by Simone Johnson on behalf of Impact Signs for Certificate of Design Compliance for a proposed wall and monument sign for Van Leeuwen Dental located at 1845 East Fort Union Boulevard. That turns time to staff for staff report.
All right, perfect. Maybe I'd share my screen here.
So while Emma gets ready, I thought Douglas could introduce himself since this is the first meeting.
Oh, perfect. Please do.
So
Thank you.
just want to give us a 2-minute summary of who you are, what interests you, and what drew you to the commission.
Douglas Rhodes. I've lived in Cottonwood Heights for 39 years. I was on the planning commission before with Jess, so we just caught up a little bit. And I knew Niels from probably 40 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, just interested in being involved with the city.
Great.
So,
Well, welcome. Thank you.
And is the sign up sheet that we're supposed to sign going around?
Yep, it's passing around somewhere. All right, perfect. Well, that brings us over to the presentation then. Okay, awesome. So we'll just start with, we have 3 signs today. The first one is going to be SPL 26002, Van Leeuwen Dental at 1845 East Fort Union Boulevard. Just as a quick summary, they are requesting a certificate of design compliance for outdoor signage. The applicant is Simone Johnson from Impact Signs. And then staff recommends to approve both signs. I provided a site plan showing the approximate location of the wall sign and the monument sign. So the applicant is requesting approval for a wall sign, approximately 14.5 feet by 5.5 feet illuminated channel letter sign. And then a monument sign, which is 8 feet, 10 inches by 3 feet, 3 inches illuminated aluminum monument sign supported by an aluminum base. And we have more details inside the packet. The neighborhood commercial zone permits wall signs provided that they comply with size regulations outlined in the code. This section requires that the aggregate area of the wall signs displayed on premises shall not exceed 15% of the aggregate area of the wall where a sign is to be located. The proposed wall sign will take up approximately 10% of the aggregate wall area. Additionally, the neighborhood commercial zone permits monument signs if they do not exceed 36 square feet in size and 6 feet in height and have at least an 18-inch setback from property lines. The proposed monument sign has a face of approximately 29 square feet. The height is 5 feet, and the sign will be set back. They said 64 inches from the sidewalk. As I measured that, the current sidewalk is about 42 inches from the property line. So it seems like it'll be about 24-inch setback from the property line and the sign. So that would meet all the standards outlined in the neighborhood commercial zone. Here's some images. Again, they're also in the packet. We have the wall sign, and then we have the monument sign, as well as the location of that monument sign. I'll go over, so we just found that the proposed modifications to the building's exterior seem consistent with the city's design guidelines for the Gateway Overlay District. The signs are in proportion and in scale with the surrounding building facade. The colors, materials, and design are compatible with the primary facade, and the sign reflects the type of business through design, shape, and graphic form. And then I'll go in more in depth right now, but we'll skim over it for the later presentations. But the ARC procedure and authority. So ARC is required to review new construction, including substantial alterations for compliance with applicable design guidelines and compatibility with surrounding properties as required by section 1949-060 of the city zoning code. In the Gateway Overlay District code, it mentions that a certificate of design compliance issued by the ARC shall be required before proceeding with any new development or changes to existing development in a Gateway Overlay District. No alteration of the existing condition of land, structures, signs, landscaping, or lighting, including without limitation, demolition of any structure, application of new exterior siding material, creation of a new window or dormer, creation of a driveway or parking facility, construction of a deck, fence or garage, or enclosure of a porch shall be permitted within the Gateway Overlay District except as provided in this chapter. Oh, I'll skip something. Okay. And then the next section just says that ARC must determine the following general review criteria are met before issuing a certificate of design compliance for a project. The proposed work must comply with the applicable design guidelines for that overlay district. The integrity of an individual historic structure is preserved if applicable. The design of new buildings or additions must be compatible with surrounding gateway properties, and the overall character of the Gateway Overlay District is protected. And so based on the findings and analysis presented, staff does recommend approval of project SPL 26002.
Thank you. All right, are there any questions or comments from the board?
You see the sign again, yeah. So it's both a monument sign and a building sign, is that
Yeah.
right?
That's correct. This one's on the east side of the building, and then we've got that's on the south side.
On the east side, that's just more commercial.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a strip mall just next door, and actually we'll have a project in that adjacent strip mall next. So
Can you just quickly go to that exhibit so people have context?
yes. So this is the next door neighbors, directly east.
I had a question about the monument sign. On the color key, the first item is brushed aluminum. And I guess I just wondered about like the reflectivity of that. Because it's facing east, if I'm understanding correctly. It was east and west, so. I guess it's more just a question, like, is that something that could be like reflective in the mornings, the evenings from the sun? Or is it not as like much of a reflective material as I'm thinking it could be?
I think because it's brushed, it's not gonna be
Yeah.
as reflective and tiny, yeah.
Is it a little bit overkill? I think with both the monument and on the building. And you're saying that, I mean, you're saying that it meets whatever guidelines, right? But
Yeah, it does meet the size
the size,
standards, yeah, so it doesn't exceed that, but.
but is there a limit for how much signage? Like for instance, on office buildings, you can only have
I believe
one
you're,
sign or
I believe
two.
you're restricted to one monument sign per business, per street
Oh,
frontage.
yeah.
I'd have to double check that, but I know you could have, it is pretty common where they'll have the monument sign and then the sign on the building as well.
Well, is it the sign on the building on the east side, so you can only see it going west? Or the monument signs on the street, so it helps you see it the other way?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay,
And the sign, the main entry into the building is on that east side, is that correct?
I think so.
The east side is the ADA,
I'm-
but the main entrance is still the south, just
Oh,
right
that's
next
right.
to
I
Mountain Sign, so
remember.
that's the
Oh.
ADA things.
Oh, that's.
Yeah.
So another thing is on the building sign is on the south or west side? Oh, the south side.
Had the wall sign.
Can you- Yeah.
So I'm
There we
guessing that was
go.
probably what, like a resident, just a residence at one point and then converted to I'm guessing just
That
because
was
the
a
way it's
bank.
articulated,
that's
that's
a
a,
bank.
Oh, it used to be a bank? Oh, nice.
Used to
Yeah,
be- oh,
mine
okay.
next.
always articulated, so the entrance is facing away from the street?
Facing it faces the parking lot in the back.
Okay,
But there is.
So you see where the L, where
You kind of see.
if you go back,
Yeah.
see how it jogs out,
yeah.
that's where the main entry is.
Okay.
Oh, really, in the back?
That's interesting.
Okay, we're gonna, if it's okay, I might pull up Google Street View too really fast. Maverick suggesting that.
I remember that from when it came through the arc a while back.
It's a new one. Which one?
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That makes more
okay, yeah.
sense.
And then keep flipping around, you can't do that, right? On the backside, but, so it's on the backside, really,
Yeah, I guess it'd be right
Right there.
there.
well, side, yeah, on the side, yeah.
Are they just
Yeah,
doing
that
it?
makes sense.
Are they just doing that though, because that's the only area where they have wall space to put it? It just seems,
I don't know if it's shared with another tenant or
Oh.
anything too.
If you go to the other side, I don't think there's any parking or anything on the other side.
That's true. Yeah, you'd just be.
And
Oh,
so
look, the old Chase Bank, like you were saying. There you go.
I think it's just
Probably
the,
should be
the
exit.
drive through there, so
There we go.
there is one, but so I think that other side is kind of the main side where the parking is.
okay.
Does anyone have any concerns or?
And that's also the main entrance then on the east side.
The south part too. The sidewalk is the main entrance. Yeah. On the front of
Yeah.
the building.
That, thinking about the other businesses that are on that street, that is pretty common where they have, the entrances are in the unusual places. I think a lot of that is, some of those houses, the closer you get to 13th tend to be, and they tend to be, former residences, so.
Yeah.
If nobody has any significant concerns or comments, I would entertain a motion to approve.
I will motion to approve project SPL 26003 and issue a certificate of design compliance based on the findings and recommendations listed in the staff report dated August 27th, 2026.
Thank you. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second that motion.
Thank you. So we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Looks like it's unanimous. Thank you.
Yeah. All right,
With that,
quick and easy.
we'll move on to item 2.2, SPL 26003.
All right, so now we'll just move next door over to Core Power Yoga. That's located at 1879 Fort Union Boulevard. It's gonna be very similar. We're also looking for a certificate of design compliance here. The applicant is Austin Pope from Allied Electric Sign and Awning. And then we've got a satellite view of the approximate location of the wall sign. So the applicant is requesting approval for two signs. One is going to be a wall sign, 12 feet, 5 inches by 3 feet, 6 inches, internally illuminated channel letter wall sign mounted to the building facade. And the second is going to be a replacement tenant identification sign, which is approximately 2 1/3 feet by 3 2/3 foot, replacement of tenant identification vinyl on the existing shopping center pylon sign, so the large group monument sign near the entrance of the strip mall. And this property is zoned regional commercial, which also permits wall signs and monument signs, provided that they meet size regulations. So similarly, the wall sign cannot exceed 15% of the aggregate area of the wall, and this plan is supposed to take up approximately 12% of the wall area. And then for the monument sign, the existing group monument sign does appear to exceed the applicable size regulations, but it would be considered legally non-conforming since it's likely been there for as long as the city code has been around. This permit only proposes replacing the existing tenant vinyl identification with Core Power Yoga's identification. So bringing the rest of the group monument sign into compliance would not be required. So here is the proposed Core Power Yoga sign on the wall of the building. And then we have, you can see just right here, they propose just replacing that little vinyl piece. Similarly, we find that the proposed signs don't dominate the building's appearance, that the colors, materials, and design are in harmony with the primary facade, and that the designs of the proposed sign reflect the business through design, shape, or graphic form. And then, do you want me to reread and this is the same ARC procedure and authority I mentioned earlier, so let me know if people have questions about that. And then here's the Gateway Overlay District criteria. And again, staff recommends approval of project SPL 26003.
Can you bring up a Google image of the whole development? So
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
could see it in context with the rest of the building.
We've got, I think they're gonna be right here.
It looks like most all the signs are backlit kind of boxes, right? And that one there looks like, and that one is,
Channel letters.
yeah, okay, so it's mounted backlit signs.
I actually live in a neighborhood right behind that, and I see it at nighttime. It's the lighting on the signs are pretty minimal.
Nice. Nothing too obtrusive.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming both the orange and the white will be lit at night, as shown in this graphic right here.
Yeah, I would imagine that it would reflect, I mean, you can maybe speak to that a little bit more, but yeah, I would imagine that's the case.
All right, any questions or comments from the commission?
No, it seems to fit in with the other ones.
If there are no questions or comments, I would entertain a motion.
I move to approve project SPL 26003. I think I said 003 on the last one, but I meant 002. I had the wrong page. And issue a certificate of design compliance based on the findings and recommendations listed in the staff report dated August 27th, 2026.
Thank you. We have a motion. Do we have a second? Thank
Doug.
you. Have a second from Doug. Is it Doug or Douglas?
Douglas.
We have a second from Douglas. Thank you. Any questions, further discussion? All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It passes unanimously. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe we'll see you next month.
I know. Let us know. All right, and then I don't think the applicant is here for this one. They might come late. We'll see. But this is for the final sign today, and this is for Dr. Ring located at 6917 South, 1300 East. So I've included another satellite view of this property. It's gonna be very similar. We're also looking for a certificate of design compliance. The applicant is Fedros Sabitian. Sorry if I butchered that. And that's for Dr. Ring Repair Center LLC. And then the recommendation is also to approve. So this proposed sign is going to be 10 feet by 5'3" illuminated wall sign mounted to the building facade, consisting of individually fabricated stainless steel letters and logo elements. It's also in the regional commercial zone, which the wall sign cannot exceed 15% of the aggregate area of the wall sign. This one's really close, but they showed their calculations to be 14.7%, so they're still below that 15% threshold. And then we have a picture here showing the proposed sign. And then again, staff found that the proposed signs don't dominate the building's appearance, that the colors and design are compatible with the primary facade, and that the sign reflects the type of business. And we've got the ARC procedure and authority again here. And finally, staff recommends approval of project SPL 26004.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on this sign? Again, can we see the full building?
I have a hard time finding it now, but when I was looking at this earlier, I thought that there was something about. From how I was understanding it, that the sign would not like encroach within a couple, like 2 feet of the boundary of something. No, I don't know where that was.
Oh, I know for the monument sign, there are some setbacks. You can pull up the code though and look exactly if that's. Maybe what you're talking
I
about.
was just that'd be great. And I was just noticing in the renderings that it's like spans from, it's kind of hard to see, but like really the full height of that wall. And it's just like a couple inches maybe from the edge. And it is, sounds like it does fit the size, but
But it
I
doesn't
felt like
fit
the
the space.
scale was a little bit too much for this vertically.
I wonder too, is the calculation considering all the space in between the stethoscope and the phone?
Let's see, they would have, I think it's shown in plans if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. They have a lot of. Oh, you have it. Oh, good. Yeah, it doesn't look like they. Well, let's see. Gotta figure out exactly what page it was that they calculated that on. Cause it looks like when they were measuring it, they were just showing. Oh, here you go. The first placement.
The measured storefront dimensions.
storefront
that-
Oh, yeah, that's probably what it was then.
Does code specify what it has to be, or?
Does specify that it would be, you kind of draw a line around the outline of the sign, so you're right, you wouldn't be counting like the inside of the letters or anything towards
Yeah,
that.
it's like 10 feet down.
Okay.
Might have to
Yeah.
do
Is
quick
this,
move.
on this page, it said there's a measured storefront dimensions and there's a sign fascia area,
Yeah, so
but I don't know if that's the measure.
this page, they do have the full facade height, they list out the measurements, but I guess they don't give us the full calculation, so we could probably look that up really fast.
You know, I think at some point there's a question of, does it meet the requirement? But the other question is, does it look right on the building? And I think
Yeah.
what you're getting at is, does it look right on the building?
Yeah,
And do I understand what you're saying is like, this part that hangs down kind of just feels like it's too close to the bottom there.
Right, yeah, there's
Yeah.
not like a new white space or like breathing room between the edges of the face of the structure.
Yeah,
Which, you know, for me, like from a design standpoint, that's not maybe like the best way to design something.
So you think if they reduced it 5 or 10%, that would do it?
Percentages, I don't know about percent.
Or
Maybe.
is there a minimum size you would
Right.
like to see above and below it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I also don't know if this rendering is to scale, but I mean, I would feel like 12 minimum, like maybe more like 18 inches would be a better amount of like
Me-
buffer around the sign to the edges of that face of the.
What is the total height of that,
the total height
of
was.
that wall?
Oh, of the wall. They said of so the sign fascia area they were measuring, which I think is just that area kind of that extends above, or I don't know, I guess that particular area, it looks like 79 inches is what they're saying, so is that that's 6
6
feet,
feet.
6.5 feet, yeah.
So if you made it 18 inches, that would be 5 feet.
Mhm.
It would be
Well, 18 on each side.
on each side, so that would be like 3 feet. I think that would be too small.
That may, yeah.
I
maybe
pulled
too
up
small.
the surrounding context if you want to.
Yeah,
No, that's actually interesting because it looks like there's like a border or it's like a ribbon.
right, like
but-
there used to be.
Yeah, it was
There's always-
2018 is
Oh,
most recent,
Least-
would be right.
That maybe on this one, you can kind of, well, I don't know, that whole thing looks.
Oh, do you have region?
It looks like
Could be right.
they're all kind of, I don't know, they're all like at a certain height,
Mm,
like there's continuity in height or in how close they get to the bottom of the. I mean,
Right.
they, in terms of all the signs.
Yeah.
I do think the bulk of the sign is not that big, it's just that little piece that hangs down. But I do agree that it needs a little more buffer down here. I would say like that much would do it for me.
mhm. So. Let's see, the sign fascia area, we said that's 6 foot, 7-ish. The sign itself is 5'3", right? So if there's a. What is that one? 1'3"-ish, 4-ish
63,
total between the top and the bottom, so
1'6".
1'6".
So maybe 12 inches on both sides, top and bottom as a buffer,
Yeah,
and then the balance would be the same.
well, and I think that other Google Street View image the other one was interesting because it had that gray band on both sides, and so
Yeah,
it kind of
there's
brings
the-
everybody in a little bit.
Yeah, and you can see that continuity in height
Mhm.
between all the signs there.
So, so there's a gray band here, right? But
That
not on
was-
the other one.
It looks like it's been updated.
Yeah, so that was.
Yeah, this one is
8 years ago.
2018 and this one
Oh,
is
okay. so they-
2024.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the most secure one
Yeah.
Google provided.
I mean, all the signs kind of sits in the middle, have breathing room on top and bottom, but this crowds right to the edge. I think witness comment is a fair one that it probably is too crowded.
I'm looking at this too, and I'm trying to imagine what this would look like without the stethoscope. And it seems to be like right in the center. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah,
so is it just the stethoscope that's throwing this off
I-
visually?
I think it is. That's why I'm concerned if we go too small, all of a sudden that whole sign's gonna be
Yeah.
really small and it'll be really hard to read
Mhm.
that lower line.
No,
Well, maybe they could make the phone and stethoscope part. Just proportionally a little bit smaller. Potentially,
My concern there is, it looks like that is their logo.
okay,
And if we start, they're not gonna wanna probably
Yeah.
mess with their logo. That's where it's a problem when you don't have the applicant here.
yeah.
I mean, I can see where we might ask for 12-inch, 16-inch top and bottom. And let them figure out how they would, so the space for a sign, probably gotta have a foot top and bottom breathing. And then figure out how they wanna do it.
And if, I mean, I think that's pretty good. It shows a lot of breathing room. If you look at like that line,
But that's
To
not
that
the
one.
reality though.
well, it's not what it is now.
No.
This is, I think, just showing the graphic, but
Right.
I'm just saying it looks really nice when it has that breathing
Yeah,
room
yeah,
and that breathing room.
yeah,
My recommendation would be that we make a motion that represents what we're talking about, maybe say it's 12 inches of breathing room. And if the applicant decides that it's not it gets the sign too small, they can come back.
yeah,
But if we approve something tonight based on that stipulation, they don't have to come back.
right.
Yeah, looking.
Yeah, you can see right there,
It's too big.
it's too big for it and it doesn't match the other ones.
Did you, I go back to that, the Google map.
Yeah.
And scroll along that, or just travel along that strip mall, just if I can get an idea of some of the other signs there, because it looks like they all kind of follow that standard.
Let me see if we can get more there.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go. I guess that one, that's a little bit lower, but.
It still has about a foot.
That look is already closed, so the sign is not there
Oh,
anymore.
true.
Never got to try them.
It was really good.
I want to.
Ooh,
I would say that foot though is pretty comfortable.
Fair, yeah. It's not
Mhm.
proposing too much.
Seems pretty standard.
Mhm. It's a nice sign, like it doesn't have the race, is that what the?
Raceway.
Raceway, yes, it's a really nice sign, but like, this goes to this bit.
Any other comments or concerns? All right, do you want to make a motion?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I'll get you.
Some help to do this.
I've got it pulled up here too.
Oh, thank you, okay. So. Do I do?
So you would say, I move that we approve and then whatever with the following stipulations and then
Okay.
stipulate what you want to change.
Okay. So, but they'll have to come back in.
No, if we approve it,
Mhm.
as long as they meet our stipulations, they
Mhm.
don't have to come back.
Okay. So I move to approve project SPL 26-004 and issue a certificate of design compliance based on the findings and recommendations listed in the staff report dated August 27th, 2026. The
With
condition.
the following
with-
conditions or stipulations.
With the following conditions or stipulations. The sign, the scale or size of the sign needs to be adjusted to provide 12 inches of space from the top and bottom of the sign fascia area. Area.
Great. Any questions on the motion? We have a second.
I'll second, oh, go ahead.
All right, we have a motion and a second from Nils. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Carries unanimously. Thank you.
That's been the best meeting ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
3 signs.
Right through it.
So quick. Let's wait.
all right.
Yeah, wait.
Do we ever put the applicant in the hot seat?
Yeah, we do. I was kind of waiting to see if there were any discussion items, any concerns. If there were, I would have invited the applicant up to clarify anything, but
Love it.
I could kind of see how it was going, so.
So that's a hot seat I should be sitting in.
Usually it's right here.
Oh.
So with that, I need a motion for item 3.3, or 3.0 consent agenda, 3.1 approval of the minutes. I need a motion to approve the minutes as indicated on the agenda.
I motion that we approve item 3.1, which is to approve the minutes for today's meeting, August 27th, after the following process that's written on the agenda is followed.
Thank you. We have a motion. Any questions or comments? We have a second.
So I'll second that motion.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
That carries unanimously. And now I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I motion we adjourn the meeting.
Thank you, Douglas. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Jesse. All in favor? Aye.